Hello and welcome to Polish Teach English channel. Here I show DIYs on how to create wonderful household items from fabric scraps. What if a black cat crosses your path? Well, today we are sewing a black cat. Let's begin with preparing the pattern. Cut out the image of a black cat. I found it on the internet and printed it out. I have a piece of thick furniture fabric. It has a pleasant, velvety surface and dense edges that will not crumble. We outline the image of the cat and cut it along the contour. I am definitely a cat woman, but I can't have any cats due to fur allergy. That's such a pity. So I'm making my own health-friendly pet. By the way, do you like cats or dogs more? Let me know in the comments. We are preparing the bases for further work. Place the fabric face down on the ironing surface. I close the base with a piece of adhesive interfacing with the adhesive side up. And then we're already starting to create. As a real artist, I arranged all the fabrics by color: beige and brown, green, blue, yellow, red, orange. The process of creativity is so pleasant in this way. We lay the shreds as you want. But I want to make a painting, and I start with beige and brown. It is impossible to repeat this layout, everyone will have in their own version. The main thing for me is now to put the pieces tightly so that there are no gaps. Of course, you can do without the glue base, but in this case all the shreds will be very thickly pinned. When I tried to do this, I constantly pricked myself with these pins. Well, creativity should be fun. Moreover, glue bases are inexpensive, they are easy to use, and the life of needlewomen is made easier at times. And one more thing, I need to decide where exactly the images of the kitten will be. We do not cover this place with shreds. My dear viewers, please make sure that you are subscribed to this new English channel and clicked the bell icon. We spread the green patches and make a gradual transition to the light blue and dark blue pieces. Gradually we fill in the entire base, and then we attach it to our kitten's place. In order to revive the picture, add yellow flowers and dandelions to this middle. We will also add red poppies, orange tulips, and anything else your imagination tells you. In summer, everything blooms. And our kitten is sitting on the grass and admires nature. On the other hand, we just make grass and flowers. Now it's time for the secret ingredient. These are pieces of fusible web or interlining. It costs quite inexpensively. You can buy it in any fabric store, and it makes life for needlewomen much easier. We add very little pieces of fusible web and hide it under the small details so that they do not get lost and do not move. In several places, add the fusible web on top, but in very small pieces. This is for better adhesion to tulle. We cover our entire beautiful picture with a large piece of tulle. Have a look at what you have. It can be organza or mesh. We continue the further work with wet gauze. Carefully close your workpiece with it and iron all the layers with a well-heated iron. How to work? We put the iron on and hold it. Then we lift it up, rearrange it, and put it down again. Do it a couple of times. I have an adhesive interlining which is good under the influence of steam. What will you have? I don't know. But when the picture cools down, carefully remove the gauze. We are preparing our blank for a stitch. In principle, everything is good enough for me, nothing is shifting. But if you require, then you can additionally secure with pins. In order for the fabric to lie flat during stitching, I will use a homemade side table. And we will sew in the simplest way. For work, I decided to take the simplest gray threads. They are neutral and go with any color of fabric. I will be stitching in the simplest way, I call it Drunken Master. It is necessary to stitch so that all small pieces are sewn with at least one seam. The free edge can be twisted with a tube so that it doesn't get in the way. When we get to the image of a kitten, we begin to act in a different way. We make a contour with a straight line along the edge. We work carefully here. After that, we change the settings of the sewing machine and sew the entire contour of the kitten along the edge with a zigzag. Then we trim the edges, cut off the protruding pieces of tulle and shreds. And then, with small scissors, carefully cut out the tulle over the image of the cat. Remember that the upholstery fabric had a velvety surface. Now we add our workpiece. We check all the slices. The drawing is obtained from two sides. The simplest thing remains. We cut out strips of fabric 4 cm wide. With them, we will process the bag upwards. And I also prepared 2 strips 9 cm wide and 65 cm long for pens. We fold them in half lengthwise, tuck the edges and place them on both sides. So, girls and boys, the size of the entire workpiece is 40 by 65 cm. Let's outline the places where the handles are sewn. We divide each part in half, put a mark in the center, and then from the middle, from this mark, set aside 9 cm. We will attach the handles so that they are directed downward. Hook with needles. After that, we lay a line. Here is one interesting fabric here. The blue fabric for pants is a Soviet-made cotton raincoat fabric. My piece is quite thick. I counted 8 layers. Plus our pizza, there are also at least 4 layers. This way we secure all 4 ends of the handles. We fold the workpiece with its face upward and lay a line along the edge. Processed inlay interior exposed sections. We sew the binding on one side, turn it off, and sew it on the other. We decorate the bottom of the bag. We straighten the corner. Set aside 4 cm along the center line and outline the seam line. We pin it off. We do the same on the other side. Cut off the corners. It remains only to process them with inlay. We turn it out. It turned out to be bright and sunny. Summer beach bag with a picture. On the one hand, a kitten sits on the grass and admires the flowers, or maybe just watches the fluttering butterflies. And on the other, the grass, flowers, the sky. The bag turned out to be spacious. A large towel, a bottle of water, and essentials are easily put in here. I hope you've liked the DIY and enjoy creating a piece in this technique for your family. Thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, like and comment this video. See you in the next episode.